Mirror image is often praised on online forums. I personally think it's garbage, and I'll tell you why. Welcome to Pack Tactics, where this illusion spell actually tricks you.
But Kobold, illusions are supposed to trick people. That's the whole point.
I mean, sure, I guess you could look at it that way. It's tricking players. But the spell is supposed to trick the enemies, not the players. Are you kidding me? First of all, let's look at the description of this spell. Mirror Image is a second level spell with an action cast time and lasts for a minute. One positive part is that it doesn't require concentration. This is what this spell does. 3 illusory duplicates of yourself appear in your space. Until the spell ends, the duplicates move with you and mimic your actions, shifting position so it's impossible to track which image is real. You can use your action to dismiss the illusory duplicates. If you have 3 duplicates, you must roll a 6 or higher to change the attack's target to a duplicate. With 2 duplicates, it must roll an 8 or higher. With 1 duplicate, you must roll an 11 or higher. The duplicate's AC equals 10 plus your dexterity modifier. If an attack hits a duplicate, the duplicate is destroyed. A duplicate can be destroyed only by an attack that hits it. It ignores all other damage and effects. The spell ends when all 3 duplicates are destroyed. A creature is unaffected by this spell if it can't see, if it relies on senses other than sight, such as blind sight, or if it can perceive illusions as false, as with true sight. So it's a defensive spell that has a chance for attacks aimed at you to be nullified. If the attack is instead redirected to a duplicate, it's either destroyed if it hits, or it stays around if it missed.
Kobold, this sounds incredible. You become so tanky.
So the thing is, this becomes worse the higher your AC is. That's a bad thing. It gets better the higher your dexterity actually is, but good AC builds don't have more than 14 or 16 dexterity anyways. Let's look at the usual sturdy caster wearing half plate and a shield with 14 dexterity. That's 19 AC right there. And if they cast a shield spell, that's 24. This means that the duplicates will have 12 AC. The bigger this gap between your AC and the AC of your image is, the less useful this spell becomes. The reason why is because the attacks that would have missed you do hit the image, removing them even before they've even done anything. In this example, a result of 12 to 18 would hit an image, but not you. Any productive redirect means an image is being removed as your AC is higher than the images. Thus, for 12 to 18, there are 7 different results. That is 35% of the time, an image is being hit on a redirect, whereas we wouldn't. This means that only 65% of the time, a redirect to an image is useful, as it is undoing a hit. As I said, every time an image is useful, it dissipates. So 3 times 0.65 equals 1.95 hits that are being prevented if we assume we use the spell fully. It really sucks. And now let's talk about the shield spell. Should I even continue? I feel like the video's already done.
Kobold, follow the script.
We might as well. So, the shield spell is more often making 2 attacks or even more miss if we are even using it. That spell is a reaction cast. Mirror Image is an action cast. And the shield spell is also a level lower. It also makes Mirror Image worse for the same reason as wearing strong armor. Another thing to note is that Mirror Image is only truly interesting when enemies do huge amount of damage to their attacks. You know what those enemies often have? Ways to bypass the illusions. Dragons have blind sight. Spooky constructs often have blind sight. Scary fiends, believe it or not, true sight. And even if the enemy lacks these special senses, Mirror Image lacks payoff until round 2. Guys, the dodge action exists. This is an action literally anybody can do. On a round 1 basis, the dodge action plus shield is gonna leave mirror image plus no dodge or shield laughably behind. The reason why is because you're preventing more hits with 14 AC and causing disadvantage than with mirror image. That means your payoff with mirror image needs to come with a round delay or in conjunction with shield. That's anti-synergy. Mirror image also has crazy anti-synergy with the dodge action. While disadvantage on attacking us becomes better the higher our AC is, the images are left behind. They're quite easy to hit. So with the same principle as before, the spell becomes less useful when we care about our defenses. And we're not done yet. We still gotta talk about Rope Trick. Like, come on, internet forums. It's ridiculous.
Kobold, keep reading the script.
Don't we have an ad? Where's the ad? I want to support people.
Kobold, we have no ads this week.
Gator, it's been 3 weeks. Where are they?
I don't know. Guys, we have a Patreon. You can get videos early. And you can bug Kobold.
Yeah, I'm generally like a Discord junkie, so you could send me anything really, and I'll probably answer it. But in general, I appreciate you just watching my videos. It means a lot to me. Making videos and watching you guys react is super fun.
Yeah!
But if you want to take the extra mile, thank you very, very much. Back to the video. All in all, if we use mirror image, we are assuming that preventing 2 hits is worth more than another spell with a 2nd level spell slot, or our action. An easy example of an alternative that's way better that I mentioned before is Rope Trick, which makes you avoid attacks entirely. Check out my video on how to optimally use Rope Trick. Moving on, if you have the opportunity to precast a 1-minute duration spell before a fight, it's unlikely mirror image will be required. A good strategy for casters is to cast a strong concentration spell at the start of combat and then start dodging from there. That way you keep your concentration longer because you get hit less often. And let's not forget about walls or cover. Full cover is the strongest defense you can find in the entire game. All you have to do is move to full cover. And that should be really easy for any caster really. You have a lot of range. You have a lot of tools at your disposal. My conclusion is even if your spell slots doesn't matter, you are better off casting shield. Now it's time for bonus content. There's 2 more funny things I would like to mention. 1, there's some funny Arcane Trickster Sentinel plus mirror image tech here, where mirror image redirects attacks to a target other than you. And Sentinel says, when a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the attacking creature. This doubles up on sneak attack, because sneak attack is only limited to once per turn rather than once per round. That's really, really important for rogues because it doubles your damage. Sadly, however, this is just outdone by casting web, because, well, giving everyone advantage against the creature or multiple creatures is obviously just better than double sneak attack. And let's not forget about the control aspect and them having disadvantage on their attack rolls and blah 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 blah. You get the points. But hey, with Arcane Trickster, it's pretty funky and quite interesting. I really don't like this spell, but like, let's not be negative all the time. It still has something unique in it. The second thing is something I didn't include in my evaluation because it's kind of douchey. But it kind of depends on the context. Like, some enemies know how mirror image works. And if they know this spell, then they'll probably pull this off. They can just close their eyes to make mirror image not affect them. It says right here, a creature is unaffected by this spell if it can't see. Now, of course, this means they are attacking you at disadvantage. But if you use mirror image instead of dodge, it was probably because you thought mirror image was more effective than enemies attacking at disadvantage.
Kobold! That's metagaming!
Yeah, I agree. Like, if an owlbear is doing it, then like, what the heck? But anyways, another reason why I didn't include it in the evaluation is because I don't need to. This spell is already awful without enemies doing this. It's garbage. End of video. Gator, I really want to play Lethal Company. I'm addicted to that game. It's so fun.
Kobold, we're a great asset to the company.
True. Well, anyways, thank you very much for watching, everyone. We hope we earned your subscription. And if we didn't earn it, well, don't subscribe then. Anyways, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Gator,
Kobold, there was a giant spider in the darkness and it was blocking the door. I couldn't get out. And I had a lot of stuff on me.
You would have stopped.